Hello, everyone. Welcome to our official launch. Oh, and Hannah's now telling me I can go. So here we go again. Take two.
Live events.
Live events. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our official launch and the premiere episode of Thrive, our sustainability series. I'm Trisha Thompson, Image Source Marketing Director.
And I'm Jeff Holt, Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Thrive has been a labor of love for our company and really is a comprehensive platform, not just a flash in the pan eco program for Earth Day. If you didn't know, part of our mission statement is creating an environment for people and our clients to thrive.
And so now what we've done with Thrive is take that mission statement and work for more options to help people be successful in their business. We're partnering with companies who are making strides in manufacturing processes, reducing transportation, carbon emissions, working on building and using sustainable materials. There's programs donating money, time, resources, and really we wanted to take our Thrive mission and extend it so that it's in our communities and worldwide.
Outstanding. Sounds good.
So I also wanted to, before we get started, take care of a couple of housekeeping things. You guys are welcome at any time to put questions in the Q&A section. Valerie is going to be answering those for you as we go. We'll probably also hold a couple of back for the end. We're going to do a live Q&A session when we're finished. So if you have questions you want to talk about, stay tuned and Jeff and I will stay on.
Hoping for a lot of questions.
Lots of questions, you guys.
Questions.
And then also, please know that if you haven't signed up for your swag box yet, the new swag bag, after we're finished here, go back to the landing page at imagesourceteam.com and sign up to get your swag bag delivered to your home or alternate address. And I think that that's really it for housekeeping. So
terrific. Should we get going?
Kick it off.
All right. So sustainability 101. What does that look like? You know, today we'll be channeling our Inner Today show hosts, doing our best to walk through sustainable materials, manufacturing processes, give back programs, and more. As we walk through each process, we'll be highlighting strategic, fun, and functional swag items that can keep you on a budget, on trend, and help create a positive impact for our communities and our world. So I want to thank you all for joining us on this kickoff to it. Be sure to be a great ride. We're really excited to bring this to you today.
Yeah. So Jeff, Sustainability 101. Let's start out with the materials, which really are the kind of the backbone of smart eco products. So let's check over here. The first one I want to start with today is bamboo, something we're used to, something that's easy. Just for kind of facts and figures, bamboo is 100% biodegradable, it's renewable, takes very little water to grow, and when done right, doesn't really need any herbicides or pesticides to be produced. So the first thing I wanted to show, bamboo, you guys are probably often thinking of something like our pens. They're showing the natural grain, or Jeff, you've got that box right there. This is a bento lunch box, which actually have been really popular right now with everybody kind of doing their own individual thing, take out food, you know, eating outside, get away from that computer, but thank you for being on it right now. But something else that you might not think of for bamboo is fabric. And that's these guys right here. So this is a line of, it's called Midori, it's the Midori bamboo line from Gemline, and this is bamboo twill fabric.
Feels just like cotton.
Feels just like cotton. It's going to take imprints just the exact same as our cotton. You're going to be able to do transfers. You can do embroidery. You can do, you know, screen printing, all of those different things that we're used to with regular cotton.
Really cool piece.
So bamboo, something that we know and are familiar with. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well, sticking with natural materials, let's talk about wheat straw. I think that's next.
Wheat straw. So this is one that I was really learning about last year as we're kind of pre-pandemic putting this together. And wheat straw really is, I mean, just the perfect natural material that is being harvested from just scrap that would have just, you know, broken down, not been used,
so when the combine comes through and cuts it, it goes shooting out,
takes the wheat, then it's those stalks and those fibers. So Jeff, wheat straw can be broken down and combined with other plastics to make really just a rigid surface, fantastic plastic that seems like everything else that you're doing. This piece,
it's substantial.
wheat straw mug that's got a stainless steel liner so that it's insulated and it has the same quality that you're used to with regular, maybe, non-sustainable materials.
Right.
Reusable also, think about that. And we'll
but
get
this
there.
will break down over time.
This will break down over time. In fact, at home, fun fact, if this was in your compost container, with everything else all kind of piled on top, 3 to 6 months,
really,
the wheat straw piece of this is going to break down. At a municipal facility, because it's just so much more generating and going on, 1 to 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Not going to break down in your
Not
car
while I'm
cup holder.
Or anything? Okay, good.
But when it's mixed with other compost, the wheat straw piece is going to break down.
Okay.
Another thing to think about too for sustainability type stuff are things that we see for events all the time. These are our favorite, Ray-Ban style, Malibu style sunglasses. Wheat straw plastic.
Yet they won't break down.
Not on your face.
Not on your face.
Okay, and they look great in your Thrive Green, Jeff.
Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Something else to think about in sustainable products is kind of our work from home and make life easier. And this is one of our desktop chargers, Qi chargers. And this guy, if you look on the back, here you go, Jeff, you can see the flex.
You can.
So you've got the plastic and the wheat straw in there, but check out the 4-color process the imprint on front. So you're getting that great desk real estate.
It imprints really well.
People are on their computer, on their Teams, on their phones.
Right.
Charge that as you go through the day.
So this will function just like a normal eco.
Exactly the same.
There's a story behind it.
Yep.
It's better for the environment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, we'll talk more about this piece a little bit later, but this piece benefits a program called 1% for the Earth. And we'll talk about that as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So,
outstanding. Very good.
So that's bamboo, wheat straw, our natural materials.
Okay, the next one, it kind of, I get confused a little bit sometimes. What's the difference between recycled and upcycled? Can you clarify that for me?
Kind of. So, technically, they're kind of the same thing.
Right.
Upcycled, recycled, you're taking something and repurposing it into something else. The way that I think about it in the branding space is that upcycled, you can still tell what that product was before it was made into the new item.
Like a banner to a bag. Or...
Like a banner, exactly.
Okay.
And I've got some examples here. This is a t-shirt that we did a couple of years ago for an event, and we had some t-shirts left over. Well, it was time to get to a new event, and we made it into a tote bag.
It was a show bag.
It was a show, and now it's
clever.
a show bag to do the next event.
Yeah.
So t-shirt,
stitch up the bottom, cut
tote
out the
bag.
sleeves.
And then recycled again, and you have your belly shirt for the summer.
I'll get right on that.
Exactly. From there, one of the other brands that I love, and from our partners at Sanmar, thank you very much, Robin George, is Cotopaxi. And these guys are a fantastic brand. Cotopaxi, here, check this out, Jeff. So Cotopaxi uses nylon scrap. So when other items are being produced and they have nylon scrap, they are picking up those pieces and actually sewing it to the bag. Every Cotopaxi bag is different. You would never know, what you're going to get because they're all different, but they use the scraps in the size that it makes the most sense.
So every bag is unique. Is that what I'm hearing?
Every bag is unique.
Every single one.
You want to give your team something that every single one is unique, is a great story, is reusable,
Very cool.
Gonna be around for a long time. Cotopaxi bags.
Very cool. And high quality. I mean, that's
super high quality.
Well,
and at retail, these bags are, this is a top line brand for sure. The last thing that we have in this kind of upcycled here is a team from Seattle, actually, and they are upcycled wine bottles.
This is the greatest thing.
They are taking wine bottles, water bottles, whatever types of glass bottles would end up in a landfill or a recycling center also. Yep. But they're taking it and all they're doing is cutting it and smoothing it out, which takes a lot of resources out of the recycling center and melting that back down to make something else.
Right.
This is the shortest distance from the wine bottle, recycle, to the glass.
And again, what a cool story.
It's a fantastic story. It's a great gift.
Those would belong in my kitchen. I mean, it's
definitely
something that...
So you went from drinking wine, pouring it from the bottle into your glass at home, and now you're pouring it into this glass here. So that is upcycled.
Terrific. So recycling is kind of what we're used to with paper.
Definitely.
you use the paper, you print something, whatever, newspaper, you break it down and then, make it into a box or something like that, right? So, or maybe a water bottle, you break it down and make it into some fleece.
Right.
So talk about that a little bit more.
So talking about recycling, let's pop over here. So, well, one of the things that I love actually is the clothing that we're wearing today. So thank you again, Sanmar, our apparel and bag partner for today on these pieces. This is called Re-Tee from Sanmar. And this is one of the best recycling stories that I know. They're making t-shirts, they're doing all their things. All the clippings that end up on the cutting room floor when they're manufacturing these get scooped up, re-knit, the scraps are made into brand new pieces. Now,
and you would never know.
They're so soft. It's got fantastic
great sweatshirt
comfort. This is the ladies piece, so it's got great styling. But the thing that I also love about it is these aren't re-dyed. So this blue t-shirt was made from scraps of blue. Our gray is made from scraps of gray. What that does really is it super cuts down on the amount of water used in the dyeing process. To do a dye lot of things could be up to about 6 weeks of showering. Please shower. Not advocating not showering.
Please shower.
But I mean, that's a ton of water.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah.
So it cuts down on the resources needed. The dyeing process is
the new cotton. They don't need new cotton. They don't need new manufacturing.
Already
they
dyed,
don't need
so
new
why do
dyes.
that again?
Exactly.
Okay.
I've got another few pieces like that here. These are all made t-shirts again from Sanmar. Great pieces. One of the things also that you might not know is some of our favorite brand pieces are eco as well. This is a North Face shirt jack that is made, the inside of it is an eco-synthetic material on the inside. It doesn't feel any different.
No.
It doesn't act any different. It's gonna, it's got that famous North Face quality. It's gonna keep you warm. It's lightweight. It's low, low puff in here. Shirt jack.
Got it.
Probably your size. So
I'm gonna have to sample that one.
Exactly. Some of the other pieces that we have and that you're probably used to seeing a lot are bags, recycled cotton in our bags. Takes fantastic imprint. This is a transfer full color.
Can you see that? I just want to make sure you can see
shopping
the quality
bags,
of that.
Things that we're all using all the time.
That imprint.
Journal books. This is a felt journal book. It's made out of recycled water bottles. And then on the inside has post-consumer recycled paper.
And it's refillable.
And it's refillable.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. We've got journal books made out of apple peels. We have got journal books that are recycled cardboard. We've got, pens recycled, all of the different things that you guys are used to seeing. So that is, that's recycled.
Outstanding.
So we went upcycled, we went recycled. And it smells like apples.
They actually smell like apples, which I think is the coolest thing ever.
Right?
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah. Everyone's sniffing their notebook.
Exactly.
So what about reusable now? We're kind of going through all the different kind of categories.
Right.
So not everything can be made sustainably, but that doesn't mean it's not eco or socially, sustainable. So
you're right.
Talk about that.
And that's something that we've been doing a long time in this branded industry, right?
Right.
Things that you're reusing. Every time that you are reusing a coffee tumbler, a water bottle, a tote bag, and here we are more than a year into it, a mask. These are reusable. So every time that you're using this, another plastic bottle isn't going into the landfill. Every time you are, filling this up at home with your coffee, you're not grabbing a cup someplace else and putting it in the landfill. Right. So I would have to say, I have my same cups that I've had. Honestly, I have one of my cups that is got my water on it in my desk or on my desk. Probably, honestly, the last 8 years, same one.
And you've refilled it?
Refilled it a million times.
Do you wash it from time to time?
Yes,
good.
I do.
Okay.
And I even put it in the dishwasher. Don't tell manufacturer.
Not supposed to do that.
Exactly.
Hand wash only.
On tech type of things, we've got something like this Rocketbook here. Now, I am a note taker. I like to write down my notes. Rocketbook, you write it down, you scan it in, and it takes your notes, puts it on the computer. So this can be reused, 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 reused. No paper. Goes immediately up into your cloud.
Amazing.
Yep. And like Jeff said earlier, we've got the journal book. This guy has a book that comes out and you refill and reuse. So same piece, keeps going over years.
Yep.
So that's reusable. We're doing it all the time. Shopping bags, water bottles, all kinds of things.
Right.
So
okay.
yeah. Excellent.
Well, let's talk about, let's shift a little bit, and I think this probably has something to do with, you know, the cut down on freight and everything. So let's talk about local. You know, we're based in the Seattle area. Many of you are probably joining us from places around the country. We'll address that too.
Right.
But you know, let's talk about USA made. Let's talk about local type companies.
Perfect. So one of the things that we love about USA made and that we love about local, the biggest piece of it really is carbon emissions. Shorter distance it has to travel, the less carbon emissions are going into the environment. For example, if you have a container ship coming from China into West Coast port, that is the equivalent of, I think, is it 50 million cars worth of emissions? 50 million cars worth.
It's a lot of cars.
Something else that we do when we're thinking local and we're thinking, you know, US made, is we try and work with manufacturers who are near the final destination place of where something might be going.
Right.
If we've got an event here in Seattle, let's pick a Seattle team so we don't have to, you know, have trucks going across the country. If you've got an event on the East Coast, let's pick an East Coast manufacturer.
Right.
Something else with all of our kitting and fulfillment that's happening right now, a lot of our manufacturing partners and our big vendors are stepping up, and they are doing all of the kitting, all of the fulfillment in-house, and they will drop ship to all of your individual locations.
Right.
So then that way, all of those pieces don't have to come to Image Source, get packaged up, and then go back out to the rest of the country.
And there are a lot of projects.
A lot of individual drop ship projects.
And fulfillment and shipped to individual homes because of where we are.
Definitely. So obviously when they come in here, we can do that sort of thing. We can, and we are going to, you know, use teams like UPS for carbon offset emissions. We are going to be using recycled packaging, both pre and post consumer. Locally made, you really find some unique type of things too. And so I was going to highlight just a couple of our local teams that we love. One of them is iClick. You guys all know about them. You may not know iClick, but you know PopSocket. And so that's our fun guys that go on the back of our phones. They do all kinds of chargers. They do all kinds of, you know, different mobile tech type things. Another team who we love is Morris Magnets. They're just up the road from us. And these guys do more than magnets. Some of the things that I really love from them are their wood recycled and recyclable products. This is a laser engraved award. Sits on your desk.
So cool, so unique, so different.
So it's made out of different woods that could be scrapped, that are obviously recyclable. This is a phone charging stand. And they're, I mean, they've got custom die cuts. They've got completely custom logos that can be printed as well. These guys also do my favorite, the fun wood stickers. I love these. Printers. Printers are another group of folks that we really love to work with local, and we've got some printers locally that are phenomenal. These are some stickers for an event that we did. We do custom insert cards that go in all those kits, fulfilling and packaging. And then again, our reclaimed wine bottle team is all right here.
I love this.
I know, right?
They actually made a...
They put the wine in, you know, aerate it out.
Decanter.
Decant it.
It's very
exactly. Cool. So yeah, I mean, USA made, local, lots of good things happening.
Okay. Well, another factor too is you know, especially when it's USA made, local, we're creating jobs.
Exactly.
Or we're supporting the local economy that is creating jobs. So instead of taking that business offshore or somewhere else in the country, it's happening right in your own backyard.
Definitely.
And many of those companies are minority owned, women owned, so it's
small business.
Win-win. So
definitely.
Lower carbon emissions, create jobs, and support diversity. I think that's an important point.
Local USA made, we love it.
Yep. Okay, so we've talked about the main manufacturing and materials processes. We've talked about kitting, and fulfillment, and shipping. What about kind of the give back programs? You know, we call it brand good. We're very proud of what we've done in the brown goods space. But let's talk a little bit and maybe just inform everybody what we're doing in that arena.
So, Jeff, I love this one, the social responsibility part of it, because not everybody can be sustainable in their manufacturing. A lot of people are, and they're both sustainable in manufacturing and eco, but they're also socially responsible. And I'm going to start out with a local company that kind of checks all of the boxes that we've been talking about today, and that's Mir. And Mir is a Seattle company that really specializes in very high-end drinkware, bags, different tech type things. And Mir, while they are working very diligently on being as eco-friendly, energy saving, and sustainable in their manufacturing process. Mir gives 3% back of every piece that they do and every piece that they sell to different organizations worldwide, and it's trackable.
It's trackable.
This is the piece that I love. Every single Mir piece has a code. There's a code on the bottom of your drinkware. If you're using one of their tech tool pieces, it's on the inside.
Label.
And what you can do in that label is you take and you can see where your dollars, whatever dollars were spent on this, where in the world is it helping people.
Amazing.
I'm also going to take this piece a little bit further. So we had a team of people wanting to do an onboarding kit for new hires, and they wanted to make a difference. They wanted to show their new hires that even when they are getting, fun swag merchandise, it's going towards that customer, their carbon neutral or carbon negative program.
Right.
And so what we did was we took a look at Mir, loved this piece. That's where it started. One of the big groups that Mir has really influenced and helped be successful is a team of women in Rwanda, and they're called Kula Coffee.
Kula.
So they build schools, they build education, they build clean water and processes. They help these folks figure out how to manufacture eco-friendly. And so we went straight to Kula, who is benefiting from Mir, bought their coffee with this piece, and then also worked with a team called Modern Sprout, and they are helping to reforest our rainforests and our lands across the world.
So this is a planter.
It's a planter. It grows a tree.
Tree inside.
Yeah. And the box that this all came in, post-consumer recycled, there is a gift card inside. But what I want you guys to really, this is the piece that I just love. We talk about Modern Sprout, Mir, and Kula Coffee, and it tells the recipient of this gift exactly the positive impact that is being made every time they receive this. We also report up to this company and let them know quarterly what type of positive impact and carbon offset they're doing by sending this package out. So we're in the reporting.
So amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it just creates such a great story.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's not a hollow story. It's actually you're doing brand good, which is exactly what we're after.
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to talk about one now, and it's actually one of my favorites. It's a line called Basecamp, and Basecamp is geared kind of toward outdoor. What Trisha's holding right now is a hammock, in a kind of a military kind of camo look. Camo's very in. I wear it on the weekends all the time. And a portion of the proceeds for every Basecamp product sold is donated to support the Warrior Spirit Retreat. Right. It's a retreat center in St. Augustine, Florida, being built, I think, right now with the purpose of helping warriors learn to heal from the invisible wounds of war. On top of a percentage of sales of the products, Basecamp is also donating $100,000 directly to the Wounded Warrior Project. The concept is it's heartwarming. It's an inspirational story. So if you'd like to learn more, go check out warriorspiritretreat.org. It's fantastic.
I know, I love Basecamp also. They do a ton of the types of products that we're used to, the beanies, drinkware, all of the different things they're going to hit all these boxes too, with eco, reusable, and with social.
Yep.
So love them.
Here's another one. And I think you can pick up that bag, right? That's 1%. So 1% for the planet. Sustainable products are one of our other supplier partners. We have many. This one is from PCNA, and also contributes to 1% of the planet, that organization.
Right.
Since its inception in 2002, 1% of the planet has helped to direct hundreds of millions of dollars to environmental nonprofits.
Amazing.
Yeah, around the world. I mean, it's very amazing. So. It's kind of a network of like-minded businesses and individuals and organizations working together, really for the common goal of protecting the future of our planet. So
I love it.
There's brand good right there.
And two, if you guys are checking these things out, so this is one of our, so not only is this brand good, it's 1% for the planet.
Yeah.
It is also a recycled bottle. That is in your Thrive swag box, as is our wheat, straw, and bamboo
kind of a
bento box, and also reusable straws. So all of these things are giving back. All of these things are made responsibly. They're ticking all those boxes, and you guys are going to get them. Just make sure you've registered. So, Jeff, we've gone through materials.
We have.
Practices, carbon emissions, social responsibility. I feel like we have probably hit the basics for Sustainable 101.
So maybe next time we'll go to 201 or figure something out.
200 level, look out. Those classes are earlier.
I think you're right. And I know we've just kind of scratched the surface because there's so much more we can talk about, and we have future live streams to come. I really want to thank you all for joining us today. Hope you really got a lot out of this.
Yep.
Hopefully we have lots of questions. Please keep those questions coming. We're going to stay on as long as we need to.
Definitely.
To take questions and give you answers to those. And I also invite you to check out our website at imagesourceteam.com for a lot more resources. We've got a Thrive lookbook, which is amazing. Valerie put that together.
Yep.
And it's full of great ideas and very beautifully done. And also be sure to join us on a couple more in a couple months for more Thrive episodes that we'll be promoting exactly what days those are happening. More Thrive episodes like morale, event kits, apparel, kitting, and fulfillment. We'll really dive deeper into how all these pieces kind of fit together for sustainability. So
thank you, guys.
That's it.
And I think officially this is the end of the official program, but I know that we do have some questions that we want to answer. So we are going to have Valerie, who won't come on the camera, read them from a side, and
I'll repeat it so everyone knows what.
And
we'll
get these questions answered.
And then we'll.
Yep.
There's a lot of questions on wheat straw.
Yeah.
Do these sunglasses decompose when they come in contact with water, or do they break down? And then another wheat straw question is, how does wheat straw do in hotter climates?
Okay, so the questions around the wheat straw, and the first one's about the sunglasses. And does it start to break down if it comes into contact with water? I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll
quick answer is no. So the breakdown starts to happen when they are a part of a compost pile, and you have the other natural materials that are breaking down with it. And when that chemical reaction process starts, that's when they start to break down.
Right.
Out in the air, get them, wet on the boat, whatever that type of thing is, they are not going to start breaking down then. It's only when they are a part of that full compost kind of mini ecosystem.
All those chemicals and those gases kind of mixed together.
Exactly.
And
that's when it's going to start to affect that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about it like melting off your face or any of that kind of stuff. They're actually very durable.
They are.
You're going to have to remind me the second part of that question.
Hot climates.
Okay.
Hot climates.
So no, hot climates again are not going to affect that. It's only when it is in that ecosphere of a compost. Yeah.
Sounds good.
The next question might be tricky. Is the printing recyclable and compostable as well on the items? On the items
themselves. Jeff, you want to repeat?
Oh, sorry. Is the I told you I would do that, and then I forgot immediately. So the question was, is the printing, so the imprint, the logo that happens on that product, is that also compostable? Does that break down? Is that recyclable?
So to my knowledge, the printing processes that our teams use are using water-soluble inks water-based inks.
Yes.
And so those are also going to be breaking down and not, sticking around with your little logo just randomly everywhere else. I can do more checking into that, and we can get back to you. But I do know the way that this team and the other teams do their printing, and they are eco-responsible type teams.
Yeah, and we don't want to overstate this.
Right.
I mean, there are certain elements probably in inks and maybe in that's a heat transfer.
So there's plastics in there.
There's plastics in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still promotional products. They still want it to decorate beautifully. So I think there's a little bit of a balance there. But you're definitely right about the the water-based inks, and nearly all of our local printers for T-shirts, all the apparel, a lot of the bags are using water-based inks.
Definitely.
So it's water-based. It breaks right down.
As sustainable as possible.
Yeah.
And then the last one, there was a lot of interest in the wine bottle glasses.
Yep.
There was a few questions on if you could repeat the name of the company, and then do we know where the bottles come from? Are they specific wineries? Can you specify? Can you give them bottles?
Okay, so Jeff. So maybe
that's a good question.
I'll answer
we'll have to look into that.
So we're going to have to, the question was about our team here that does, I think they're called Refresh Glass.
Yeah.
And let's see, it tells me on the side. In fact, so the question was, where do they get these bottles? How does it happen? You know, what is it? Can we give them bottles? So thousands of wine, I'm just reading it right off the packaging, wine bottles from landfills every week with the help of our local collection partners. Began as an effort and a passion from arts and engineering team that really made this into a community effort. I don't know if you can help them and drop off your bottles, but we can find that out.
That's a great question.
It is.
We'll find out that answer, and we will
I don't know that.
post it on the chat, maybe a little. We could probably get that answer within a few minutes here.
Yep,
I'm sure
definitely. We can put it on the chat, and then we can also have your individual, the person that asked that question, reach out to you with the information as well.
Why do you have a lot of wine bottles sitting around?
No, never.
Not at your house.
Not at my house.
Right.
Okay, Hannah, I'm going to have you look super quick and see if there's any other questions that came in while we're chatting, just in case. Hannah's our behind the scenes making this all run fantastically person, our magic filmer and setup and everything else. And it doesn't look like we have any other questions. So with that, I think we'll end for the day. I'm going to take another minute and thank you guys, everybody that's still on, everybody that was on today. I want to thank our Image Source team. You guys don't see all of the things that are happening behind the scenes, but I want to give them a round of applause.
Absolutely.
And if you have any other questions, you need more resources, again, check out our imagesourceteam.com. We've got the lookbook. We've got our little shopping sites. We've got all kinds of questions. Talk to your AEs, talk to your account managers and coordinators, and let us get this taken care of for you. Let's take a look at a program and how do you make it eco? Something you've always done, and let's make it new, or something new and let's make it awesome.
Absolutely.
So, thank you guys very much.
Yes,
have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here, I think, May 13th, and we're going to be talking about morale gifts and virtual event kitting. So, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.